And good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Hey, this is Stephenetta Harmon. I am the founder of Sadiaa Black Beauty Guide, and we are here today with Ayanna Henderson, founder of Ayanna Beauty. And we're going to be talking about, of course, all things beauty, but in terms of Black ownership. Uh, for folks who don't know, that is like legitimately my mantle on everything related to Blackness in beauty. That we are the most followed, the most watched, the most the largest trailblazers, but we don't get the same love and opportunities and platforms to share and talk about what we're doing. We don't necessarily get the same dollars. We don't get the same love. And this is a place to give us love, to highlight and shine the light on brands like Ayanna Beauty that are creating the table, and they're coming to the table and creating their own tables for Black ownership in beauty and their success. And so super excited to have you on today, Ayanna. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I'm
Thank,
excited. Thank you for having me.
thank
This is
you.
an incredible platform that you've created. I'm excited to be a part of it and continue the stories that you're telling about Black ownership, Black beauty, and Black, all things Black.
Black on black on black on black on black. We black.
Yeah,
No.
black.
I mean, I know folks are like, wait, why you focus on Black? And I'm going to come back. We outspend 9 to 1. Nine
Yes.
to one, 86% on products like yourselves. But we don't always talk about ourselves. And I know you have some good stuff happening over here. Vegan skincare brand, hair care. So I just want you to tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, who is Ayanna Henderson, and how did she start Ayanna Beauty?
Yeah, well, it's an incredible story where I am, like many men and women, a self proclaimed beauty junkie. And
Mhm.
so I started buying product after product and testing, and it just started to a point where it was like, well, why am I not creating my own product?
Mhm.
I'm spending money on half used items. Bottles are half used. I'm tossing them, or they're saying in, the beauty cabinet.
Right.
Why not give myself a shot on creating something that I like, things that I think are helpful to me and possibly others? And
Mhm.
so when I started doing that, it was maybe about a year ago. And it was really hard to decide what products to start with. So it was, do I start with a cleansing system? Do I start with a full line? And it really boiled down to the basics. I'm not trying to create something where you have to replace your whole
Mhm.
system. It's more of, hey, sis, you need some vitamin C. Let's add the vitamin C to your regimen. Hey, you really should be thinking about anti aging products before you see the signs of aging. So let's use
Mm.
an anti wrinkle cream. It became more of, you should be using a mask once a week. A lot of times we don't take care of our skin. It's just wash and go because, we're busy. So we're not taking the time to think about the products that should be added to our regular regimen. So with my products, it's not replace and create this new system. It's let's add these products to your current regimen.
Okay. That so tell us, so you have these two products. Well, actually you have multiple products, more than two. But you were
Yes.
talking about skincare. What was the first thing that you created that you're just like, this is what I need right now?
The first thing was the clay mask, the
Hmm.
charcoal clay mask. And so there's a lot of buzz going on with charcoal clay,
Hmm.
how to use it. Some charcoal clays are in cleansers, they're in masks, they're in a number of products. People are brushing their teeth with it. So I wanted to
Hmm.
come up with something that made sense where if you buy the one product, the mask would be like the one product that you buy to add to your skincare regimen so that you're doing a deep cleanse, especially now with trending with like full on makeup with
Hmm.
incredible looks with layers and layers of shadows and foundations and mist and setting sprays. We really need to get our skin really, really clean. And so use your current cleansers by all means, but do try and use a mask a few times out of the week.
Okay. Um, so what when you talk vegan skincare, and we talk clean beauty, that's a big buzzword right now, trending,
Yes.
that we don't think of Black folks being in the space, even though most of the products we create are technically clean beauty. What
Yes.
what does that mean for you to say that you're vegan, and pretty much toxin free.
Yeah, so I would say there are a lot of vegan curious, which I think is a whole completely different
Hmm.
community where they're thinking about vegan, even if it's just the food that they eat, but then
Hmm.
they're not crossing over with the product. So I think in our community, African American community, you know, our eyes are open and we're aware, we're woke about food products that we're actually eating, but we're not
Hmm.
thinking about our skin as well. So it's like, okay, you have a vegan lifestyle with food, but then you go home and you put on products that are damaging to your skin because of the ingredients that's used.
Mm.
So it's about thinking about your skin along with your eating habits. Or if you're not a vegan and that's not where you are in life, which is fine, it's how do you incorporate these products into your current regimen. So clean beauty, you'll hear things like eco beauty.
Hmm.
You hear things like, um, of course, vegan, which
Yes.
a lot of them, the names are synonymous. But it's really a matter of exposing the African American community to these products so that, you know, we're not a community that's left behind when you're talking about taking care of your skin and being healthy and conscious about the ingredients.
Mm. What I really like about what you're talking about is Black beauty products tend to be the most toxic on the market in terms of causing cancer, early reproductive issues. If you can name it, it's probably affecting us. And our skin is our number one organ. That's pretty much soaking in all of these different things. How important is it? I know that we're talking about this as a trend, like, okay, there's vegan this, there's vegan that, but you talk about the science of beauty and how that's impacting us. What other things should we be looking for or thinking about with products like yours? Because I mean, you really took the time to develop this.
Yes.
Hmm.
So I would say, you know, definitely read your labels.
Hmm.
Things that you can't pronounce, you should probably be aware of and, you know, take time and look them up.
Hmm.
A lot of larger brands are now, you know, being conscious because they're called out to the carpet. You have, of course, Black Twitter that will go in at any given moment where they talk about, you know, these harmful ingredients that are included in these major brands. And it's like, if I'm a small brand and I can create something that is conscious about the health and of your skin, but not just that, just your body, and then, you know, larger brands, shame on you. You should be creating products the same way. So now you're sort of seeing larger stores, not larger big brand name stores that carry multiple um, larger brands. Now they're saying, oh, we're conscious about,
Hmm.
you know, the things that we put on our shelves. And so there's a shift. There's a shift in the beauty market where you'll see things that are sort of trending. But for me, I wanted to start out the gate, you know, with products that were vegan friendly. And so my own line of product, the Mademoiselle Ayanna, every product is vegan and gluten free, with the exception of my biotin boost, which is a hair product
Hmm.
um, that's cruelty free. I definitely wanted to come to the market with that. And even other brands that I carry, I'm very conscious about things being vegan and cruelty free. So it's a safe zone on my shopping site. And every product that I carry, aside from my own line, I do test myself. So every product that's available on my website, I personally tested it.
Oh, wow. Now, you mentioned these big box brands that are doing, that are now joining the bandwagon, but you developing your product as an indie, as an independent beauty artist, what was that process like for you to even come in saying, I'm a small business, I want to build this, and not having the same beauty background and getting it done? Was that process like? How long was it? Was it daunting? I mean, it's real.
So
Mhm.
it is a process. I'm not a chemist. I do work with chemists and I do work with the lab, a manufacturer. And so that was a really easy process,
Okay.
you know, to say, okay, this is what I have in mind when I decided what products that I wanted to go to market with. So that made things a lot easier when you come up with a plan. I did do my homework and my research and tested different labs and, you know, had different calls to discuss sort of my vision and my mission and to see how those things align. So it was more so about finding the right partner.
Mhm.
And then from finding that right partnership, it's really hard. Sometimes you meet with people and they have so many other brands they're working with, or it's a small staff. And, you know, right now we're in the times of COVID, which makes things a little bit harder. But it was really finding that right partnership. So the things that I'm not necessarily, that I don't understand or I'm not trained with, I'm able to rely on the lab. And so the lab that I use, and the chemists, they work with other brands as well, larger brands that are trusted.
Okay. Okay. That's awesome. Um, your masks were the first one. And then
Yes.
you come out with, I mean, I saw serums, I saw toners. Really interested in serums. You're talking about
Yes.
vitamin C earlier. Like, yes, we need that. We need that in our skin. Hey.
Yes.
Um, uh, what is your favorite product so far? Like,
Wow. I think it depends on the day of the week. I tried to get a sort of a routine going with my skincare.
okay.
So, you know, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm using certain serums and certain cleansers. And so I try and rotate those out.
Mm.
I would probably say my favorite of them all would have to be the mask. And I would say the second best would be the vitamin C serum.
Okay. All right. I see that. I see that. Well, we get some good clear pores, and then we get some healing with the serum. So
Yes.
that's on point.
Yes.
Look, we have to talk about the basics here. But wait though. So you mentioned before that you're not a chemist. I know you have an MBA, but did you
Yes.
have any background in beauty before you got started?
No, I didn't have a background in beauty. I have an MBA, and my background is in marketing. And so I'm a expert marketer and social media. I'm actually a professor as well. So I teach part time. I'm an adjunct professor at a local community college
No.
here in California. I teach intro to business. I teach social media, and I teach digital marketing.
Okay. So those are all coming in handy right now.
Yes.
As you push your business forward. So that those are
Yes.
super important things, folks. When we talk about Black ownership, especially in business, we know that we need, the products and the brands and um, you know, we need this, whatever this is,
Yes.
we need. Folks don't put a lot of time into the marketing or the storytelling or the logo and the websites. And being able to see that with your brand is very, very reassuring, very edifying. And it's something we want to see us win and we want to see us succeed. And we love being able to come to a site that you're proud of. Not to say it's Black owned, because the Black owned is the icing on the cake, but like this is a sister who is doing something and this is representative of the community that she's speaking to. So that's awesome.
I appreciate it. The content marketing, I feel very strongly about.
Mhm,
I didn't want to just put out a product and a pretty picture and say, you know, here are the ingredients.
mhm.
You should try it. I wanted to do, like what you said, storytelling. And so I think one of the most heartfelt storytelling moments for me is that the face of the brand is actually one of my former students. And
Oh, that's
yeah,
beautiful.
I
Yes.
get a little teary eyed when I tell the story. She was one of my students in my marketing class, and she's actually a content creator. So she's actually a triple threat. She's beautiful, she's a model, but she's also an editor and a digital creator. And so I had worked with her in her confidence in class because she was a little unsure. She's like, I want to do this, but I'm not. It was just a lot of uncertainties. And so I began to work with her during that semester and to help her build her confidence. And so
Mhm.
we stayed in touch, a year or two later, we're here now, and we told the story, the quote unquote brown girl story. She's from Jamaica,
Mm.
and she's beautiful. And we wanted to tell the story of like, it's now time for the brown girl. Now, don't get me wrong, every shade, every hue is inclusive within my brand, and we will tell those stories too. But I felt that it was important to tell that brown girl story. And so there is a video on our YouTube channel that breaks down that story, and we have a heartfelt moment about that.
That is awesome. And she's got glowing skin.
She's
Just,
beautiful.
oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
First, I was looking like, wait, is this Ayanna? No. But wait, though, but who is this? It's, I
Her
think
name
I
is
was.
Nas- Her name is Nasilia McCarthy.
That's how you say her. I just saw the Instagram, like the tag.
Yes.
And I feel like it was shortened. It wasn't Necilia. It was shortened on
Yes.
online. No, but that is awesome that you were able to bring her in and not only have a face, but also be able to help someone with their confidence. That's
Yeah, and she's behind a lot of the content
mhm.
that's created as well for the marketing and the digital piece.
Okay, all right. That's how we
Yeah.
do this. All avenues.
Yes.
We utilize our resources
Yes.
and the talents that are around us. So,
Absolutely.
what do you hope to do overall? Like, what's your overall vision and goal? And how do you hope to impact the beauty industry?
Yeah, so I hope to impact beauty. Right now, it's strictly beauty, but I am
Hmm.
introducing a new product very soon, and it's a collagen powder. And I want to introduce wellness. So we'll be a complete beauty and wellness brand.
Oh, okay.
And so, again, just sort of elevating our community, with the thought of their purchase power, number one, but number two, the kind of products that they're purchasing for themselves. So it's not only beauty on the outside, but it's beauty on the inside and the outside. So the first product that I'll be rolling out is a collagen powder. And that's, healthy skin, healthy nails and hair included.
So,
Same thing with the biotin.
mhm. Well, we get biotin is like nourishing protein, or it's a vitamin to help us grow nails. Hair.
Yes.
What
Yeah.
does the collagen powder do? Is that's for elasticity or?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Mhm.
So, yes, it helps with elasticity. It's also helpful for hair, for skin, for nails, and the combination of the current product that I have, which is the Biotin Boost for hair. When you start using all these products in conjunction, then you'll be able to see the difference in your skin, your hair, and your nails. And so, again, it's just more of beauty on the inside and then beauty on the outside and taking care of ourselves.
Okay. So this powder, we'll be able to mix it up in like a smoothie. And
Yes,
just all right, I gotta
a
ask.
smoothie,
Somebody's gonna be
water.
talking about, do I make a mask?
That is a great question. No, this is completely edible. It'll be in a powder format, and you can add it to water. You can add it to a smoothie. Any drink of your choice. So yes, good question. Thanks for asking that.
Awesome. What does success look like for you? What do you see yourself in 5 years?
Wow. I often think of that. And I think from a brand perspective,
Hmm.
I'd love to see, the growth in the brand. And I sometimes struggle with what success looks like from a brand perspective. So, like, I'm a fan of other companies and other influencers who have created beauty lines. And someone who I admire a lot, her name is Supercent, which is Kramer and Case. I
Hmm.
love her. And so I tuned in, often to her lives, and she's always just handing out free game,
Hmm.
gems. And so I was tuned into a live one day, and she says, I think someone asked, does she want to be in Sephora or some other big box store?
Hmm.
And, what does success, is that sort of like what success looked like for her? And so she said, no, I didn't want to be in a bigger brand. I'm happy with my company and how it's growing and where it is right now. From a perspective of marketing, she's like, now I have to push traffic to that store to tell them that they can buy my product in their store, and just creates a different funnel where everything now is just strictly going to her website. So she's promoting her product, she's
Hmm.
promoting her website. People have one place to go to shop. And I thought about that because ultimately, when I first started, I thought, I want to be in these big box stores. But then that
Hmm.
sort of changed the perspective. That sort of changed the narrative for me, hearing another successful African American woman say that. So for me, I think I probably am in that same line of thinking and lane when it comes to it. I'm not saying that I would be opposed to being, but I think that it's sort of a different goal of me building my own brand, building my own website. And if those things sort of happen along the way and it makes sense, then, it's sort of a plus. So for me, the 5-year plan is growing the brand, um, possibly finding funding, because all of this is what I tell my friends. I'm saving my lunch money. I launched this company saving my lunch money. Everything is between me and my boyfriend. Who helps me out a lot with the funding. But, if I had investors, I felt like, I could launch more products, more advertising, and everything else that goes along with it. So that's sort of the plan, to continue to grow the brand, perhaps find funding, and create more product.
Wow. Now, you talked about funding just now, and that's a big thing when we talk about Black women entrepreneurs, particularly in beauty, but overall, like Black women and minority demographics overall are the largest growing, fastest growing entrepreneurial market. But Black women, we get 0.0006%. Is it three
Wow.
zeros or four zeros? It's a lot of zeros. You understand? Like it's either point zeros, it's a lot of zeros, but 0.0006% of funding by angel investors.
Wow.
That was the research in 2016, 2017.
Wow.
We're talking trillions of dollars are spent and we're not getting it. But Black women, we make up about $500 billion. We spend about 500 billion on beauty. I know we talk about this 2.5 billion US hair care market, right? But if you talk about the weaves, the hair tools,
Right.
the general market things that we buy that are in the US and the ones that are shipped through, spots like AliExpress and wherever else you're
Right.
finding something, 500 billion of that 1.3
Wow.
trillion. Now we talk
Those
about
numbers
1.3 trillion, staggering. And here you are creating something that is on par with a big box brand without the same funding. That's why I was asking earlier, like, what was that process like for you? Because, and then you're literally putting your pennies away. You're putting your
Yeah.
lunch money away. You're squirreling away
Yeah.
these things to make something for us.
Yes.
That larger, companies have easy access to and don't think about it the same way. So kudos to you for that.
Thank you. Thank you
Um,
so much.
and also thinking about this, when you said big box brands and being in the big box stores, a lot of people have gone broke. They've gone bankrupt being in those businesses or in on those shelves because they have to direct so much traffic in order to be
Yes.
on the shelf, and then they lose their money. It's crazy. So just you thinking like, hey, you have this site. Now tell us about this site, because I went on there, Mademoiselle Ayanna Beauty, that's one piece, but you have other brands that I didn't know that until yesterday. I was going to be real honest. I was like, wait a minute, I can go shopping on here. Let me get my beauty life. Can you tell me about some of the brands that you have on there? And then how did you pick them?
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess I'll start with the piece that I probably should have mentioned earlier about the process. My first acquisition, actually, it started out with an acquisition. There was
Okay.
a brand, it's called Best Damn Beauty, and it's an influencer led brand. I can't say her name, but if you Google it, she'll show up.
Right.
And so she had a business partner, and I was using this eye serum and I was using some other of their oils, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I actually thought, well, let me give them a call. Maybe I can work with them, as a lab, and work with their chemists to develop some things, because I'm really a fan of this. So I ended up calling, and I think I left a message, and he got back to me a couple of weeks later. And so she's like, well, we're actually selling the company.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, well, what does that mean exactly?
Like I'm buying. I'm buying.
Right, right, right. So she's like, we decided to go in a different direction. Nothing negative happened. They just decided to go in a different, the influencer and the partner decided to go in a different direction. They decided to split ways. And so there was product that was left. And I ended up acquiring the remaining product. So Best Damn Beauty is on my website. It's the only place that you can find the makeup remover, which is amazing, and also the eye serum. So I acquired the remaining stock of that brand, and that's really how I got started. And so it was, okay, I have this product, but then I still want to develop something that was my own. And so on the website, which I created, I had no background in web development at all. And I say that to people who are thinking about launching a website or launching a company. If you spend enough time on YouTube And watching tutorials, you can do it too. I promise. I've never had a background in web development. I started creating these blogs
Mhm.
and I sort of learned WordPress self-taught. And so I wanted to create this. And so I created this website on my own. I load in the
Wow.
product when I get new product in. I do all the back end as well. As far as other brands, I am a big fan of K Beauty, which is
Mhm.
Korean beauty, and a lot of African Americans, they're not really familiar with like the K beauty trends, and so it's something that I wanted to bring to my website to also expose to other products. So I have K beauty for now. I'm looking into some J beauty, some
Okay,
Japanese beauty
Japanese beauty.
products
Mhm.
as well to add. So I have a brand called Mariah, which I love, and I carry all the cleansers because I think that they're amazing. And I do think that you should swap out your cleansers every now and then because, you
Mhm.
know, with all other products, sometimes they just stop working. And you have to shuffle some things around and maybe come back to that. So I'm carrying Mariah. And then there's another brand, Cara Beauty, which I love the lashes and a
Yes.
lot of the lippies.
Oh, okay. It's got a good applicator. So the Cara one,
Yes.
that's the one with the matte. It had the matte feel to it.
Yes.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
that is awesome. And for those who are just like, oh, she built her website, I can go build the website. Let me just start off. She at least for the learning curve, at least 80 hours, just to be
Yeah.
clear, because I build websites. On a good
Yes.
day, it's 40 hours to build a website. So you can't just watch the YouTube video and put it on. She invested in herself.
Yes. I spent a lot of time tinkering. Again,
Mhm,
a lot of this is really just by cost, being cost conscious. So
mhm,
again, I'm quote unquote saving my lunch money to sort of launch the website and everything else. And so instead of paying a design company, you know, a few $1,000s to come up with something, I decided to use that money and invest back into myself and then my learning. So it's helpful for me, and I don't build website for other people, but it's helpful if I like my students, you know, I try and encourage them to do the same thing. Hey, I did it. You can too. So a lot of it is just to encourage other people that may not have the confidence to try something new or to try and figure it out, but you can't. But you're right. It is a huge time investment.
mm. Definitely, definitely. So thinking now, what does you've built the site, you've got all these amazing products that are on here. You've got the skin mask, which I need that. So we're gonna have to talk offline. Yes.
I'm going to send you a care pack.
Thank you.
I'm going
The
to send you a care
serum.
pack.
Awesome. All of that. What's next for you? What I know you've got, okay, let me put it a different way because I don't want to take away from the fact that you literally are about to drop this collagen powder. When you think about overall the challenges and the rewards, what do you want to be able to say? Like, what's the legacy? That's it. What's the legacy that you want to leave when you're done?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sort of. So I would say that's sort of twofold. One is I want to be able to also, again, I think the way I should start out is saying opportunity. Like I
Mhm,
want this to be a brand and a company, but I want it to also benefit others. So where are the opportunities there? So
mhm,
one, I'm opening up my site where other African American beauty owners
mhm,
or people that are creating products that they can't build their website or don't have the investment. I'm also taking in products so people can send me samples of their product, and I'm interested in helping others by carrying their line. I'm buying, you know, wholesale from other brands, then I'd want to be able to do the same thing, or we can figure out some other piece of business. So, how can I create opportunities for other beauty lovers, people that are creating other beauty products? So one, that's one opportunity. And then the other one would be affiliates. So I'm starting an affiliate program where people can actually go out and they can earn a commission from sales. So creating
mm.
opportunity is really the legacy. What is the opportunity beyond myself, beyond, you know, me? What other opportunities can I create?
Awesome, awesome. I love that. You're creating opportunities. You're about to give us some bomb clear skin. Because that's super important. Because we out here looking crazy in this quarantine
Right.
situation.
We need the quarantine glow up.
We need a quarantine glow up. And, and it's cruelty free. It's vegan. I know that doesn't mean a lot to people, but I'm going to come back again to that toxic piece where the things that we're putting on our skin are just as important as the things that we're putting in our bodies because it's soaking through our pores. So looking at all these things and you're up on this, you're building this empire. What's give me one thing you wish you knew before you started. Let's go there. Yes.
That is a great question. I wish I would have known, or I wish I would have known more or had a mentor in the business.
Ooh.
So I think that me starting, even though I have an MBA, that's one thing when you're working for a client and you're doing all these things for someone else. But when you're creating something for yourself, which most people who are professionals, they'll admit to it, it's different when you're trying to create something for yourself and you're in charge of you and like your brand. Yeah. So I wish that I would have known more about the beauty business, quote unquote, and had a mentor, someone to say, not this, but that. Start here, not there. Take X amount of dollars, put it here up front. Don't do this. So I wish I would have known more about sort of the business, not even the product, but the business itself, and looking at current business, beauty trends, sort of where to put your foot in the market, low hanging fruit, things like that.
Okay. Wow. I'm sorry. I was having a good time thinking about everything that you've talked about so far. This is really great, Ayanna. Thank you so much for even getting on the call for us to be able to talk about what you're doing here. This is a big deal for folks who are tuning in to Ayanna Henderson, founder of Ayanna Beauty. She is really not just creating a product because it's something cute to do. She's building legacies and systems and actually empowering women along the way.
Yes.
And I think that is super noteworthy and empowering for us as we move forward and try to figure out ourselves. Someone is sitting here watching you right now and they have an idea and they're maybe caught up on one part. Like you started with just, hey, I'm going to take this best damn beauty situation and start here. Let me kick off until I get to the place where I want to be.
Yes.
And so you've got these trials by fire.
Yes.
Definitely trials by fire. But you've also create something of it's like a phoenix of your own that's come out of that for us to be able to check into and purchase and to support and celebrate. Because we always want to celebrate some Black beauty. So wait, okay, Monet jumped on with some questions. Monet Everett. Oh, we've had some folks on Facebook dropping questions that I've been asking too. Okay. And she asked about mentorship. Are you speaking to paid mentorship or free mentorship? Look, we all need a mentor. So are you?
Right.
Was there somebody that you thought maybe did you even know that there was a mentor for you, like in this space? Let's start there.
Right. That's a really good question. No, I didn't know where to go to find a mentor in this space. I have mentors I think that you should find a mentor for whatever your aspirations are. And that may change over time, right? So I have a mentor who always says you need a mentor and you need an advocate. And those are two separate things. They're not the same. So I have a mentor and an advocate when it comes down to sort of career where in business and marketing and social media. And so I have that, and I'm a member of the National Black MBA Association. And that's how I really found my mentor. She's was a past president. So that was like one piece of it. But when it came down to something new, it was like, I want to do beauty. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know, who to look up to. It was really me on Instagram and really people talking about their career, their path, how they started their brands on their lives. So I learned a lot by just tuning into people's IG lives. I mentioned before, I really admire her a lot. Creator, founder of Crayon Case. She goes on live like in the most random places. She'll be in like Walmart with
Baby.
her kids or something like that. But I'm right
Yes.
there with her, like, girl, what kind of gems you gonna drop on us today? Or like,
Mhm.
really interested in what's going on in her life. So I didn't know. I didn't know where to go. I just sort of found these people along the way. LinkedIn is a great place, but I didn't even think of that as a resource. I just sort of jumped in head first, and I was like, this is what I want to do. I'm doing it, and I'll map it out and figure it out along the way.
Well, you know what's going to happen, right? In about a year, we're going to tap you as one of the mentors for the next up and coming group of
I'm there.
entrepreneurs that are ready to move forward, because this is what we
I'm
really want to
there.
do. That's what,
Yeah.
Sadiaa Black Beauty Guide is about. It's really about creating this platform to
Yes.
celebrate and highlight Black beauty and to give us resources and, to talk
Yes.
about, people who've pushed through, rose from concrete
Yes. Yes.
and
And
also moving forward. Yeah.
I'm one of those people where if you ask any of my students, I give them all of my secrets when it comes to marketing, social media marketing, business. And I tell them, I'm your biggest fan and I want you to accomplish things because I want you to get rich and I want you to give me money.
Right?
So so they laugh because they all know I want them to succeed. I want them to get rich because I just want them to send me checks, because they're so rich. They can do that.
Right.
So
Look,
I would love to mentor, someone and help them get established. I'm a big, my family is the same way. Most of us are service background, nurses, teachers, professors. And so I think a lot of that, when you're raised in a family of service, and givers, it just comes along with the territory. And so I'm a giver of knowledge, being a professor.
mhm.
That's just sort of what I do. So I would love to mentor someone when I reach that level in
Awesome.
beauty.
Well, thank you so much, Ayanna. Is there anything else that we didn't touch on that you want to share with our viewers? She's like, wait, is there? No, just
I know,
maybe
I'm just thinking.
like let's
Stay
process. Yeah.
Stay tuned for new releases.
Hmm.
Part of my idea is that I want to drop new product. I want it to sort of be limited edition product drops so that it's always something fun and exciting to come to the website. I don't want it to be stale where, it's like, okay, I've used all of my mask. I guess I'll go back. No, I want you to use your mask, but I want you to check back in with us and see, what's new on the website, because I'm constantly looking for new product to add. There's a lot of fun stuff that are products that are out in the marketplace that I want to add. So like collagen is big,
Hmm.
inside and outside. So on the website, we do have collagen. We have two different types of collagens. There's a spray collagen, there's an oil. So always looking for like fun, trendy beauty.
Love it. Love it. Well, that's on it. We're here for that too. Like we keep coming back, we keep checking, but you do want those folks who are going to keep buying that mask when we've
Yes.
done like the biscuit shopping at the bottom, and you're just like, dang, I'm out. So how long is
Yes.
this going to take to get here?
Yes. And the other thing I'll mention is that with the Mademoiselle products, it's a luxury grade, so you don't need to use a lot. A little bit goes a long way. And so that's also something, when I thought about cost and rolling out a product, is that, with this, you don't have to use a lot. A little goes a long way.
Okay. So if you have any tutorials with Nessie or Necilia,
Yes.
um, Necilia, I don't know why in my mind she has a nickname. I'm sorry, but Necilia, if you have any tutorials with her, please send them our way. We'd love to share them. And you do your beauty
Absolutely.
drop, share them, send them our way. We will definitely share them. I'm just so excited to have you on tonight and just have this
Thank
good girl
you.
chat right here.
I
Um,
love it. Thank
well,
you.
everyone, thank you for tuning in to the business of Black Beauty. I'm Stephenetta Isis Harmon, our founder of Sadiaa Black Beauty Guide, and we had tonight Ayanna Henderson of Ayanna Beauty. So check her out at ayannabeauty.com. Her own brand is Mademoiselle Ayanna Beauty, and she also has a few other select brands on the site as well to check out. So yeah, thank you so much, Mom.
Thank you. This was a pleasure. It was an honor to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.